Hey guys, how are you all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic. Welcome back to the channel. And today what I have for you guys is another LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga video game news update. I've been scounging around and I've been finding a lot of cool information about the game and about different changes and upcoming things. So I found two YouTube videos that will be in the description below if you want to check them out without me over them. And this is, they're both interviews from TT Games. So the first one is James McLaughlin, who, as you, if you know your TT Games, I think the last game he well, at least we saw him work on was LEGO Dimensions, the Toys to Life game. And then we have another one from another worker at TT Games talking about the game. So this is huge. I mean, he talks about the character roster, the vehicle roster, the size of the hub, the open worlds areas. It's crazy. And honestly, guys, I'm gonna try my best not to talk over it. We're gonna talk after the video, but I'm gonna react to it, and then you guys can watch too. Tell me what. There's a fly in here. Tell me what you guys think about this all new information. It's crazy. I mean, really, it's nuts. So here you go. Here's the first video with James McLaughlin from TT Games talking about LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Essentially, I think, obviously, it would have been easy for people to assume it's a HD remix with so many of them flying around these days, but it isn't. We've actually built everything from scratch, so all the levels have been redesigned. We're not even covering all of the same points on purpose to try and make sure that, you know, something that might have been a level in the past is now maybe in the hub, but it's still played. But the level events have been completely redesigned from the ground up, so every single film that you play will play different to how it originally was.
Alright, so there you go for those of you wondering. This game is not a remaster, it is not a remake, it is a complete new video game covering the entire Skywalker saga from the ground up. So there you go, brand new game.
We've got a lot of technology that we didn't have, what was it, 15 years ago? Wow. We've got a lot of technology that we didn't have then. We've done various different types of set-piece levels. We've addressed a number of different game scenarios that we just didn't touch. And that allowed us to go to places that we just didn't go to in the previous worlds, on the previous films. So basically we looked into all of those things and thought, right, where can we go that's new? Where can we basically take this? And the big thing we took was freedom. We wanted the player to be able to go everywhere.
So there you go. Freedom is the biggest word here. Freedom is the key to this video game.
Obviously, in the old days, the hub was the cantina, and that was all you saw. So when we've looked into making this game, the canteen is literally a room of an actual town. So you can travel around Mos Espa completely and go to all the other places that you would know that we've seen in Mos Espa. And that was the thing that we got, was like, yeah, we've kind of really expanded. Essentially, you can travel to every single planet in every one of the films that you see mainly in the films. So you can go to Dagobah, you can go to Hoth, you can run around the Rebel base, you can jump in a ship, you can then jump right the way back, you can go to all of the planets that you remember and love.
So that just kind of gives you the scale of this open world, of this hub world system. You know, like you said, the cantina in the LEGO Star Wars Complete Saga, that was a fixed camera angle. It was very, very small. I mean, it did the job well for that game, and it still is fun today to explore, but it's very, very, very small. I mean, it is ridiculously small. So, and then LEGO Star Wars 3, which no one's talking about because it really doesn't have to do with the Skywalker Saga. It does, but it doesn't. You know what I mean? It is canon, but you get what I'm saying. That game had hubs too, and they were a little bigger, still not huge. And then LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens had, you know, like Jakku and Dakar and Resistance Base and the Millennium Falcon, Starkiller Base, and those hubs are huge. They're massive. But in terms of like this game to Force Awakens hub worlds, this is off the charts. So you can actually get in a ship and fly, say, I don't know, you're on Tatooine, right, as Han Solo. You can get in the Millennium Falcon. You can fly up into the sky, into space, and then fly to another planet. It's literally LEGO No Man's Sky. Now, it's not going to be as big as No Man's Sky, but it's the same type of feel. There probably will be some type of loading screen, but as it stands right now, you can literally, and you'll see this in the next video a little bit, you can actually get in your ship and go to different planets. It's crazy. So here we go with the next thing. This is a big one.
The trailer we did has the mumbling stuff in it, and that was we did it a while back, and we were just trying to get the point across that it's all of the films. That was what the main trailer was trying to do. But the overwhelmingly positive response about the mumbling returning. I mean, you'll see then in the demo we have talking in the game. We're definitely going to take that back to the team and see what we can do, because you have one E3 in a game, right? And if you can hear what people are saying, and people are saying a certain thing, then maybe we can have it as a mode, maybe we can have it as an option. It's definitely something to think about. There's a lot of people who are into it, so yeah, I'll be bringing it back to the team and harassing my sound designers about that when we return.
So that's huge. Of course, the trailer for this game had mumbling, that kind of thing. Now, of course, we do have talking in LEGO games, and we are still having talking. So for everyone wondering on Reddit, and Twitter, and YouTube, who's watching my video, the game will have full voice acting across the board, just like Force Awakens. Complete voice acting. However, as James McLaughlin just said, they're planning to have a mode or some sort of feature where you can go back to mumbling or switch it on and off. So if they can do that, mad respect. I already love TT games, 100%, but that get to 101 for me. That'd be pretty freaking cool if they can do that at least.
We're saying over 200, and the reason we're not like confirming to you a specific number is basically because we just make it bigger, because where we just go, oh, and this guy, oh, and this girl, and this person, and essentially we're at over 200 at the moment. There's also over 150 ships as well to play as in the thing. So combined, creatures and ships is definitely more than we've ever done before in any of our games. But the number hasn't been finalised yet. But it's definitely at the moment it's over 200 yet.
Over 200 playable characters and over 150 ships, creatures. How freaking crazy is that? Guys, this is going to be one huge-ass LEGO game. I'm telling you that right now. So here, I think we have one more segment, one or two, and then we'll get to the next video. Great news, guys. Great news from the man himself.
For starters, every member, the team, what you saw there was colossal effort from environment art, sound design, technical art. Everyone's been involved. But one of the big jobs that we've had moving forwards is there's obviously a number of ships, and the large class of ships are all explorable. So you can have the Superstar Destroyer is purchasable in the game as a ship that you can have, but then you can also fly inside of it and run around the deck and run around the hangar, and that's the same for the Death Star. It's the same for a lot of the big ships. So we built them from the ground up, and there are millions of parts in basically all of them.
Wow, I mean, just the level of detail. You can fly around Star Destroyers and the Death Star and go inside and purchase them. That's crazy. And they have to, again, it's a LEGO video game, so of course not everything is made out of bricks. Some games are. This one, of course, will not be. But there's all this detail going into the whole of how the ground and how everything works. But then, of course, there's the Lego bricks that go into it. So they actually have to build brick by brick everything in the game. Not a lot of people realize that they have to do that. There are master builders in TT games that literally just build with real Lego bricks, the plastic bricks, and then they make it digitally. So like everything Lego they have to make themselves, because kids and adults can build it and showcase it. You know what I mean? So I think that's really cool. So that was the first interview by James McLaughlin. Gave us a huge wealth of information for you guys. I had to share it with you. Now there's one more I want to show you, and again, both of these will be in the description below. So this one, that was by GameStop NE. New something. I don't know. I'm just dripping right now with Star Wars. And this is a Two-Zona Gamer. This one's a little bit shorter for you guys, but this one gives off a crap ton of information as well. So let me just go right here. Just the intro right there. So here we go. That's the guy who's at TT Games. So here we go with this one.
De unos responsables del juego Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Man, thank you so much for being here, man. Yeah, man, we look at the demo. It looks amazing. Tell us a little more about Skywalker Saga, what we'll bring, and what the fans will be expecting.
Well, it's the retelling of the story of Anakin and Luke Skywalker, and that is obviously wrapping up after 42 years of the films and 15 years of Lego games, because we started with Lego Star Wars 1. It's our love letter to everything Lego Star Wars. So this is a completely new remade from the ground up. So it's not a remaster. It's all new content, story levels, hub worlds, quests, everything, collectibles. It's just absolutely so vast.
That's awesome. Tell us a little more about the freedom to explore all the 9 films, right?
Yeah.
We can explore them. Tell us a little more about that freedom that the gamers will have when they get their hands on the game.
I love that you said the word freedom, because that's exactly what happened in the first pitch for this game. We wanted players to experience it however they want, like from wherever you start. So you can start from any film at any point. So you can start at Attack of the Clones if that's your favourite film, or you can just jump straight into The Rise of the Skywalker and play the latest movie. From that, we've got space exploration, so you can literally be on Tatooine, jump in the Millennium Falcon, fly off into space, hyperspace to a new space sector with other planets, and then land on Dagobah or like Crate or one of the other many iconic like planets from the Star Wars universe. And you can do that as any character or any vehicle as you please. It's really about making the galaxy your own, because the galaxy is yours.
All right, so we got the option. We can start from episode 1, all the movies, or you can take randomly whatever you want to start. So that's the options up to the gamers, right?
Yeah, that's right. We wanted to put the control in your hands. You know, if you have a favorite movie, you can just jump straight in and start from there.
All right, and the game, does it have a release date or not yet?
2020 is what we've got at the moment.
2020?
I like to say when it's ready.
All right, but it will come in 2020, right? And it will be PS4, Xbox One, PC?
Yep, and Nintendo Switch as well.
And Nintendo Switch as well. All right, so, man, thank you so much for this opportunity. Mi gente, recuerden, sigan a la página de Facebook.
All right, so that was a little bit less informative, but still had a lot of details when the guy at TT Games was talking about, you know, the freedom and how amazing that is. Like I said, I'm not exaggerating, where you can literally get in a ship and fly into space, and while you're in space, not only can you go to other planets, but you could also get attacked by enemies. So, like, random ships will come in and try to kill you. You know, it's so dynamic, and they're also talking about, for some reason, some sort of like, here, you know what? I can just do this. Let me. I actually saved this. I have one more thing to show you guys. This is going to be a bit of a longer video, sorry, but there's a lot of news. So this is a website where someone had early access to the game behind those closed doors, and they essentially got to talk about their experience about LEGO Star Wars and Skywalker Saga, and they got to write about it. So if this thing would load, that'd be pretty nice. But yeah, no, guys, I mean, isn't that crazy? I mean, LEGO Star Wars 1 was just so small, but so cool, and this is so big and so cool, you know? I mean, every other LEGO game is huge, but Star Wars is, I think, the one that hits home for a lot of people in many ways. So this one, says that LEGO Star Wars is a massive open-world series reboot. So I'm not going to read everything here because there is quite a lot. Let's see here. So it says here, the menu is extremely deceptive because it gives the impression that it's kind of small, but it's not small. Essentially, here is the gameplay opened in space, with the presenter piloting the Millennium Falcon. Tatooine was in view, offering a selection of locations to land. Piloting the ship toward the planet, the presenter was attacked by a Super Star Destroyer carrying a capital ship, one of the random encounters that can happen while you're flying through space, as I just said. After evading it, he landed near the pit of Carcoon. There, the minimap indicated where to go, where the next Return of the Jedi thing was, and Jabba's barge, which was a level, so you could do that. The player can go anywhere on the planet, so Tatooine, or blast off into space and visit any other planet that he or she has previously unlocked. Talk to different characters, get side quests, explore, or just simply, like I like to do in a lot of LEGO games, roam around, take everything in. Let's see here. The galaxy map showed multiple sectors, and the presenter said 20 planets will be explorable. So I could think of a lot of planets, but 20 is a pretty big number, considering Force Awakens had like 6 or 5 little hubs. Now this is a little bit strange. You know how the LEGO games now, when you're ever in an open world, it's like, you know, this, and you're running around. It's not like really close to the screen. It's not far away. But then you also know how in LEGO Star Wars Complete Saga, when you're in Mos Eisley, it's a fixed camera. You know what I mean? It's like a level. It says here that the fixed views of LEGO Star Wars games are gone and replaced by over-the-shoulder, third-person perspective with complete user camera control. It's like the change from Resident Evil 3 to 4. Now, Resident Evil 3 is fixed. You know, it's literally you enter a room, and then you go to another room. It's one fixed camera. But 4, Leon Kennedy is a little bit closer to the screen with, you know, like a traditional game. So this makes me a little nervous because we've had open world games since 2012 where essentially you had free reign of the camera control. You know, like Lego Batman 2, it was pretty close to the screen. But that's fine. I don't want this game to be so close to the screen where you're like, you can't freaking see anything. Like, I don't want to just be looking at the dude's back. You know what I mean? I want it to be normal. But it says here, now I think when this guy is talking, he's talking about Lego Star Wars Complete Saga and Lego Star Wars 3, how those hubs were fixed. Because Lego Star Wars Force Awakens did have open world hubs with free camera range. So, and it even says here, they let you see things from a limited number of angles. This opens up the game into a more fully three-dimensional area. We've seen open-world cameras like in Lego City Undercover, but Lego Star Wars, the older ones, have not really received that 3D camera perspective. So it's pretty cool. He says that the game looks amazing from the bricks of Tatooine, the Millennium Falcon, sunlight shining through rock formations. It's the best looking Lego game yet. They also fixed some of the combat. So now I've heard from another video from IGN. We'd be here all day if I'm sharing videos, but one of them says, one of the guys who saw the thing, so there's like a, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare and Black Ops 4 where there's like a bar above the enemy's heads, and when you kill them, it goes down a little bit. That's how that is. And then there's little numbers that pop up, kind of like Borderlands. And it's really, really cool that, the Lego, I love the Lego game combat. I think it's fun. It's for all ages. It's perfect. It's simple enough, but it's also can be pretty difficult at times. I think it's perfect, but they're adding on to it. Let's see here. It says ranged combat is more accurate and precise, using the over-the-shoulder perspective to aim carefully at enemies and do more damage with headshots. So that's kind of cool. It looks like when you're aiming with a blaster, you can kind of have a new angle, instead of just holding X and having like a little reticle from what we're reading here. The Force is also a more universal tool, letting Force-sensitive players pick up and move objects all around the open world and all that. So, previously you just hold B or O or circle, whatever the hell you call that, and, like the bricks would fly up, kind of like Magic in Lego The Hobbit or Lego Lord of the Rings or Lego Harry Potter. This time it looks like you can use a lot of different things in the environment to use Force on. So everything in this game it just screams amazing and excitement across the board. Guys, I cannot wait for this game. Hopefully this gave you a lot of information. Hopefully this cleared up some questions. I don't know everything about the game, but I know a fair bit. I've been digging around for about an hour or so. And so if you have any questions about the game, feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section below. I don't know if I can answer it 100%, but I will try my best to help you out. I'm pumped as hell for this. I can't wait. Hopefully, the only thing I'm kind of nervous about is this camera angle. I don't want it to be super close to the screen where you can't really see anything and it's really awkward. We'll have to see, but I mean, if it's like normal Lego game open world, then that's fine. But I think they're talking about the fixed camera angle, the really old Star Wars games. But anyway, I can't wait. The ability to have more of like an open universe with these different planets sounds freaking awesome. As James McLaughlin and the other guys said, again, all 3 of these links will be in the description below. Go check it out. And again, please, if you have any questions, leave me a comment and I'll try to answer them. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.